The Galactic Academy's Xenobiology lecture hall fell silent as Instructor Velthor's crystalline laughter echoed through the chamber. His translucent form shimmered with amusement, casting prismatic patterns across the assembled students from 47 different species. Carnivorous, he repeated, his voice carrying that peculiar condescension reserved for correcting obvious misconceptions. The humans? My dear students, I believe you've been consuming too much sensationalist media. Humans are classified as gatherers with opportunistic omnivorous tendencies. They're hardly apex predators. In the back row, Cadet Jennifer Walsh crossed her arms and said nothing. She'd learned during her first week at the academy that contradicting an instructor publicly was a quick way to fail xenobiology. Better to let him dig his own grave. Velthor continued, warming to his subject. Consider the evidence, class. Humans lack natural weapons, no claws, no fangs worth mentioning, no venom. Their speed is laughable compared to true predators. They have forward-facing eyes, yes, but their jaw structure is clearly designed for grinding plant matter. The Terran medical records show they require supplements if they don't consume enough vegetation. Does this sound like a carnivore to you? Several students chirped, clicked, or gestured their agreement. Tequila, a Vexian whose species had evolved from herd prey animals, visibly relaxed. She'd been terrified when she first learned she'd been assigned a human roommate. In fact, Velthor said, pulling up a holographic display of human dentition, notice how flat and broad their molars are. Perfect for crushing seeds and grinding tubers. The canines? Vestigial at best. Decorative. Some humans even remove them voluntarily for aesthetic purposes. Imagine that. A predator filing down its weapons. Jennifer's jaw tightened. She thought about her grandfather, who'd grown up on a cattle ranch in Montana. She thought about the barbecue competitions her family attended every summer. She thought about her Uncle Mike, who'd once eaten a 72-ounce steak on a dare and asked for dessert afterward. Now, Velthor continued, I will concede that humans do consume animal protein. But so do the Plexians, and no one considers them predators. They're foragers who occasionally supplement with insects. Humans likely scavenged carrion left by true predators or caught the occasional slow-moving creature. Their evolution in the Sol system suggests they were persistence foragers, using their stamina to outlast. With respect, Instructor, Jennifer interrupted, unable to contain herself any longer, that's not entirely accurate. The lecture hall's atmosphere shifted instantly. Velthor's form flickered, a sign of irritation. Oh. And you are an expert on human evolution, Cadet Walsh, sir. And I'm human, so I'd say I have some relevant experience. Nervous rustling spread through the other students. Tequila's ears flattened against her skull. Velthor's tone dripped with patronizing patience. Personal experience is not the same as scientific understanding, Cadet Walsh. The data clearly shows. The data shows what humans eat in sterile station environments, Jennifer countered. Have you ever actually observed humans in their natural hunting patterns? Or studied pre-contact Terran cultures? I hardly think anecdotal evidence from primitive. My species hunted megafauna to extinction on 6 continents, Jennifer said flatly. We didn't gather woolly mammoths to death, sir. We chased them until they collapsed from exhaustion, then stabbed them repeatedly until they died. We did this in packs, with coordinated strategy, using weapons we specifically designed to kill large animals. Then we butchered them and ate everything. The lecture hall had gone absolutely silent. Velthor's form stabilized into a dismissive posture. Prehistoric behavior is hardly. We have a dish called turducken, Jennifer continued, standing now, her voice carrying clearly. It's a chicken, stuffed inside a duck, stuffed inside a turkey. We created a meal that's just 3 dead birds nested inside each other like some kind of poultry murder doll. We eat it at celebrations. Someone in the front row made a choking sound. We bred animals specifically to be delicious, she went on, gaining momentum. We genetically modified them over thousands of years to be fatter, slower, and more docile so they'd be easier to eat. We created hundreds of different ways to kill, preserve, and cook meat. We have restaurants where you can watch your food be killed before your eyes. We have entire festivals celebrating different cooking methods for flesh. Velthor tried to interrupt, but Jennifer was on a roll. In my culture, being good at cooking meat is a major social skill. Families pass down recipes for animal preparation through generations like treasured heirlooms. We have heated arguments about the correct way to apply fire to different cuts of flesh. We have entire entertainment channels dedicated to competitive meat preparation. This is quite enough, Velthor began. We named cooking techniques after torture methods, Jennifer said. Braising. Smoking. One of our most popular cooking devices is literally called a grill. We eat bone marrow as a delicacy. We make soup from skeletal structures. We crack bones open to suck out the insides. Tequila had gone pale, her species equivalent of green around the gills. Jennifer reached into her bag and pulled out her lunch container. Today's meal is what we call buffalo wings, though they're actually chicken. We bred these birds to be so large-breasted they can't fly or reproduce naturally. These particular pieces are the limbs, which we remove, coat in various spices and burning chemical compounds derived from plants, then deep fry in oil before coating them in more burning sauce for fun. She opened the container. The smell of cayenne pepper and garlic filled the lecture hall. Several students scrambled backward. We serve these with vegetable sticks, Jennifer continued, pulling out a celery stick, as an afterthought. A garnish to make ourselves feel better about eating a pile of fried animal limbs. Velthor's crystalline form had stopped shimmering entirely. Cadet Walsh, you're being unnecessarily graphic. Jennifer picked up a wing and bit into it, the crunch audible in the silent hall. She chewed deliberately, maintaining eye contact with the instructor, then picked the bone clean with her teeth. When every scrap of meat was gone, she held up the pristine bone. Then, maintaining eye contact, she licked it. Humans don't just eat meat, Instructor, she said quietly. We celebrate it. We perfect it. We build cultures around it. My family's bonding time involves standing around a fire, burning animal flesh, and arguing about whether the smoke should taste like hickory or mesquite. She set the bone down on her desk with a definitive click. We're not opportunistic omnivores. We're apex predators who learn to farm our prey. We're patient enough to grow vegetables, and we're smart enough to know we need them. But never, ever mistake our restraint for inability. The lecture hall remained frozen in silence. Velthor's form flickered rapidly, the crystalline equivalent of nervous stammering. That is, class dismissed. As students scrambled to exit, Tequila approached Jennifer's desk cautiously. So, the Vexian said carefully, when you invited me to dinner at your family's home next month. Jennifer grinned, showing all her very flat, very vestigial teeth. Don't worry, she said. We're having vegetables too. Tequila didn't look reassured.